Hey there, welcome to the channel. For Father's Day, my son suggested that I might detail or document some of my projects, because there are so many, and now that I'm retired I can actually do some of them. So today's project is to make a repair to an ATC bed slide. What's happened is the pin on one side that locks the tray in has broken. So the plan is to try to make a repair to that, and hopefully you'll come along. Okay, the way this is supposed to work is the pins are locked in on the front of the tray and at two different locations on the slide out. When you rotate the handle at the end, the pins are supposed to retract to a point where it allows the unit to slide. As you can see, this side is correct and functioning properly. The bar is solid, the spring is there, and the pin retracts. You'll notice on this side, the pin does not function. In fact, it broke right at the point that this pin at the end of the spring is located, and it left a remnant of that. So the idea is to disconnect this, replace this rod so that it will function again. So using a Dremel tool, I cut the ferrule in half, hoping that I could get the wire out without damaging it so I could replace the ferrule and keep the same length. So as some of my favorite YouTubers say, that didn't work. I actually cut through the wire, or frayed the wire enough to where it broke, so I'm going to have to replace the wire as well as the pin. Oh well. Crap. Okay, so here's what I came up with. This is the original piece, and this is in 7/16 bar. Couldn't find 7/16 bar at Lowe's, so I did 3/8. Here was my first attempt, and unfortunately, not using a drill press, I was unable to get the holes drilled straight through. So I had to move over to the drill press and create this thing here. Now, within the spring, I'm a little concerned about it flopping, so I got some rod, hollow rod, that I'm going to slide over this within the spring in hopes that it will take care of any rocking back and forth. So, and again, it was supposed to take 10 minutes to do that. It took almost an hour, but hey, I'm having fun doing it for you. And I appreciate you being along with us. Alright, so what we wound up doing is, instead of a friction fitting here, drilled the hole and put a cotter pin in so that it holds at the end of the spring. And then instead of using wire and ferrules to hold a piece of wire in place, I used the good old hanger. So I bent the hanger so that it fits through the hole, wired it to the rotating bar, and now we'll try it. So we rotate the bar, and you'll see that this moves in as well as this moves in, and it appears that it will function properly. Now take a look at it again. The distance here is equivalent to the distance here, so I don't think there's going to be a catch. Now I have to share with you also that today, right now, it's 96 degrees here in Texas, and with the heat index, it's 106. So I'm sweating my off, and this project's just about done, and I can actually put this in the shade and then go find me some shade. put this back together, I did tighten down all the bolts, which most of them were loose. I did check the bearings to make sure that they were nice and loose, and they weren't cranky, rattling, those kind of things. I lubed up the pins on both sides. And I got to share with you the fact that this thing's heavy, and lifting it into place is not an easy task. I bought this about 3 years ago and had to actually take it out of the pickup that it was in, so I got a pretty good idea how to mount it. Got it mounted and I've had no problems with it since, other than I had a bearing go out, which I have replaced, and I have a spare now. And now I'm going to try to put it back together, so disregard the oops and the here we go. There it is, locked in its furthest back position. There's the second locking position at the end of the bed. There's the full locking position at the front of the truck. And I don't have much rocking, so it looks like the pin's working properly. Now the hard part, I have to reload all my crap.